Vai Pei. I'm lecturer in English and I'm teaching English subject. In the next paragraph, there are two things about riches. One is to catch them and the other is to hold them. So about riches, there are two things. One is we have to catch them and the other is we have to hold them. Duna ina khunba natraga riches haiba sigise ani thoi we have to catch them akoina phagadaba natraga akoina laushinba natraga we have to hold them thamjilaga dum laigadaba. I have seen many a man get money as a man catches a bird. He has the bird safe till he goes to put it into the cage, but when he opens his hand to put it in, out and off it flies. So you see, about riches, Henry Watcher Beach, he said he saw many men, that he has seen many men, those who get money as much as they can, and then it is just like a bird, and when they catch and put it in the cage, and when it stays there, but the moment he opens the cage and then he opens his hand like this, the riches fly away again. Aduna, akoina khutta phajilga thamingai phaudi lehauraga khut hex maina hangdokpa matamda paisa natraga karino akoigi lanthung mayam se heta uchik ama case manungdagi thamaga thadokpada paithokhibadona tauba mi mayam lei. So the riches of many men take themselves wings and fly away. So the riches of many men, it is just like it is compared to a bird which just takes to its wing and fly away. So riches is like that. Aduna paisa paiba natraga ina khun bai base adugumbane. Just like a bird put in a cage. One day if you open the cage it will fly away. One day if you open your hands it will fly away. Aduna maina mi amada queen amase as paisa kaino tauna. Haibadi in a long time paigani haibase. There is no things. There is nothing to give us certainty. We cannot give assurance that the man will always be a rich man. Aduna kari darkar le. A stable prosperity must stand upon integrity. Aduna why dagi queen le kadaba lanthum mayam se karino haibam tamda. A prosperity must stand on firm, on integrity. Stable means firm. Firm prosperity. Duna yam queen le kadaba lanthum mayam akoina le ribase. Karamba maongda akoigi akoina paisin bangam gadabano haibam tamda. It should stand on integrity. Integrity means good moral conduct. Akoigi moral se akoina mi aphaba mi ama oiba matamda asigumba lanthum mayam natarga ama oitarasu we can prosper in life. We can keep on going forward. This is what Bicha has written to us or has given the advice to us. Now in the next paragraph, let me speak next of a subject which stands intimately connected with your prosperity and virtue in life. So you see, the next subject, the next point which we are going to say is which is closely connected with our prosperity and our virtue in life. Stand intimately connected means closely connected. So what is closely connected with our prosperity and virtue of life, we are going to say in this next paragraph. I refer to the matter of your health. So what is this which is closely connected to a prosperity and virtue in life? That is our health. Akoigi hakchang phagathan base si akoigi damakta prosperity hoina hena development lakpagi damakta khwaidagi maru oiba health hakchang phaba amase oirame. Health is the foundation of all things in this life. So the most important thing in life, much more important than wealth, riches, property, is health. So health is the foundation of all things in life. Aigi hakchang se phagat pataradi, that is the foundation of all things in life. Ain hakchang phagat pataradi, paisa pairak pasu yai, adagi thabak ama tawrurasu, I'll become successful. And all depends, everything in our life depends on what? Depends on our health. So health is considered as the foundation of everything. Although work is healthy and occupation almost indispensable to health, and happiness, excessive work which taxes the brain almost invariably ends in weakening the digestive organ. So you see, health is the foundation of all things. Although work is healthy, and occupation means business, the work that we have done, almost indispensable. Indispensable, that means that we cannot throw away. This is indispensable to health. And happiness depends on what? Happiness depends on health. So, excessive work which taxes the brain almost invariably ends in weakening the digestive organ. So, all this excessive works, it taxes the brain, and then after some times, invariably means constantly, when we keep on working like that, in the end, it weakens our digestive organ. It is a thing which every man should understand. So these things, even though work, occupation, all these things are a part of our life, we have to realize that working too much taxes the brain, and when it becomes constantly, when we work constantly like this, our digestive organ weakens, and when the digestive organ weakens, our health is at risk. Akhoi hakchang phabado hena tatharaeba. Hoina thabak natraga akhoi occupation mayam sen ruti ge khoina tawdaba yadaba oi tarase hena tawrurakanda kari thoe, it weakens our digestive organ. This some people do not realize. Simayamna khangdaba pot amani aduna we must know that working too much, excessive of taxing the brain, constantly weakens the digestive organs. It is a thing which every man should understand. So this is what every man should understand, that there is a point beyond which if he urges his brain, the injurious result will be felt not in the head but in the stomach. So what everyone must realize is that if we push things, urges means push, things beyond some point ama hena khoina thabak natra kaino ma push tawruraga hena potha dadana som continuous ta tawba matamda kari tawra injury asok padu kadai da oira kaduino, it is not in the brain but in the stomach. Kadai the effect tawra stomach the effect tawra. So too much of work, excessive of taxing the brain, the result, the injury is felt in the stomach. The nerves of the stomach become weakened by excessive mental application. At the moment a man loses his stomach, the citadel of his physical life is taken. So the nerves of the stomach, the nerves it becomes weakened by excessive mental application. Mental se apply tauba, excess the apply tauba matamda. Kari thole, we loses our stomach. Stomach the effect la. When the stomach is not healthy, the citadel means a kind of safe place or a fortress. So that citadel of his physical life is taken. So the citadel of our life lies where? In our stomach. When we have a good stomach, all the health, all our physical fitness is up to that point, and then we become healthy, and then we can continue or we can do so many things. But once we lose the stomach's, the strength of the stomach, we used to lose our health, and this health is the citadel. That is, physical health is taken away from us. Now in the next paragraph again, there is scarcely one man in 100 who possesses that he must ask leave of his stomach to be a happy man. So, scarcely means rarely. And he must live off his stomach to be a happy man means very few people know that happiness depends on stomach. So, very few people in this world knew the fact that our happiness lies on what? The healthiness of our stomach. Akhoi stomach se healthy oiba taradi, akhoi happiness, akhoi harauba nungaiba su lei haibase mi ayambana khangdaba pot amani. So when we become healthy, we are happy, we feel good. Nungaiba mafam, nungaiba makai da akhoi da loina la ine hell lei rakanda. Anaba ka kanamta ai se yam nungai hadana harauba natraga nungaiba punsi lenbase kanamata laite. So the most important thing is health. And in order to acquire health, what do we need? We have to keep our stomach in a very healthy situation. In many cases, the difference between a happy man and unhappy man is caused by their digestions. So in many cases, difference between a happy man and unhappy man is caused by what? Caused by their digestions. So many case ayamba matamda harauba miga natraga nungaitaba miga karida lae magi stomach ki digestion that depend away. Aibadi puk nungairaktaba matamda isa nungairaktaba matamda I cannot become happy man. So I become unhappy. So the difference between a happy man and unhappy man is caused by our digestions. Oftentimes, the difference between hopeful man and melancholy man is simply the difference of their digestions. So you see, oftentimes mean many times, the difference between hopeful man and melancholy man. Melancholy means gloomy, not hopeful. So the difference between a hopeful and gloomy man lies on digestion. Ahoy digestion phalakta ba matamda hoina hope leiba mayam asesi tawramge natraga thabak adu tawraga I'll become a successful man, I success oiraga paisa tange adu tawge haiba matamda if my health, if I had indigestion and always have a stomach trouble, and if my health is deteriorating at that time, what can I do? I become a melancholy man, gloomy. Hope leiramba makaido ay isana phalaktrabanina adugi hope makaido loina tathare aduna man becomes gloomy at this time. So the difference between a happy man and a gloomy man lies in their digestions. There is much that is called spiritual ailment, a constant feeling of being ill that nothing is but stomachic ailment. So there is much that is called spiritual ailment. Spiritual ailment is the constant feeling of being ill. So that is nothing. When we think that we are constantly having illness, it is the problem of stomach. That means we do not have or we do not keep our stomach in a healthy position, and that's why we have that kind of feeling. Now in the next paragraph, remember also that too little sleep is almost as inevitably fatal as anything can be to your health and happiness. Now in the above, we were talking about indigestion, the importance of our stomach to give us a healthy life. Now in this paragraph, we will be talking about the importance of sleep. Sleep is also one of the most important, which is very important. So sleeping less time can cause something very serious, can be fatal. Aduna khoina hangadabadi, that is inevitably means sure to happen. Ahoina tumba se inthi nungaina tumdaba matamda karila it can become fatal. Yam dangerous oire. It can cause so many things. It can cause unhealthiness in your body, and it can take away your happiness also. Ahoina nungaiba harauba yam positive oiba thinking mayam sisu ahoina tumgadaba pungsingda tumhaudadana aingonda yam nungaitaba isada tholapa matamda. All these things is depend on sleep. So sleep is also one of the most important thing that will help us to maintain a healthy life. There is nothing more inevitable than that. The one of sleep undermines the body itself. So when we do not have, undermines means weakens. So one of sleep, when we do not sleep properly, it weakens the body. Ako isa se tathale. Adum healthiness to leirak tabanina isa se adum nungai rakte. As a general rule, 8 hours of sleep is necessary for young men. Aduna, what do we need? Generally, all men, we need 8 hours sleep. We need 8 hours sleep for everyone. This is what we do not realize in our life. So if we do not have enough sleep, it can cause so many anxieties, so many unhealthiness, uneasiness in the body. All these things can happen. So as a general rule, we need 8 hours sleep a day. There is a difference, however, in the amount of sleep required by a different person at the same age. But you see, even though 8 hours is a general rule, it differs according to the different person. Mi atop-atopagi kainodadi. Mi amamagi matung inna atop ate-ate gi matung inna. Karila 8 hours haibatarasu. Some people can sleep less hours and still go on and maintain their health. Some people needs 8 hours to sleep to maintain their health. Aduna mi gi matung inna akoina darkar leiriba tumgadabay matamsu hitnay. A nervous man does not usually need as much sleep as a phlegmatic man, for the reason that some men accomplish means to complete more sleep in the same time than others. So you see, the time needed for sleeping hours, as a general rule, 8 hours, differ according to the person. Some man, that is a nervous man, can sleep less hours in a day, and a dull, that is a phlegmatic man, needs more hours to sleep in one day. Some therefore can do with less sleep than others, but whatever may be the amount which experiences teach you that you need that amount you should take. So some therefore can survive, can live with less hours of sleep, but we need to take at least that sleeping hours. Aduna, miyoy bagi matung ina hitna batarasu, we have to take the sleep that is required for every single person. A great man have destroyed the usefulness of their life through ignorance of this indispensable law of recuperation. So a great man used to destroy the life, the usefulness of their life, because of this ignorance for the needed hours to sleep. Mahoina sleep hours ki chang se khangdabadagi yam henna achawba mi oiramba great man oiramba mi singsina moigi kaino mayam se usefulness of their life se they used to lose it. So we must know that this sleep is something which is indispensable, that cannot be ignored. Aduna sleep haibase akoina ignore tawba yadraba khwaidagi maru oiba pot amani haina akoina lawgadabani. Aduna, this is the law of recuperation. Recuperation means restoration. So sleep restore our strength, everything we have or in our life, whatever is like health or something that we want to do, all these things can be done when our health are restored, and that restoration can be acquired by getting the rightful hours of sleep time. God has made sleep to be a sponge by which to rub out fatigue. So God has made sleep as a kind of a sponge. A sponge means something absorbent, something that can absorb things, a material that can absorb things. So sleep is a kind of sponge which God has made, so to which we can rub out our fatigue. Rub out means remove, fatigue means tiredness. So sleep can remove our tiredness. This is the law, this is what God has made for human being. A man's roots are planted in night as in soil, and out of it he comes every day with fresh growth and bloom. So you see, a man's root is planted in the night and in the soil. And whenever we have a good night's sleep, we come out in the next morning as fresh as a kind of old flowers coming out with fresh blooms. So that is how we should have in our life, and that is how we should use sleep as a kind of weapon to restore our health. Now the next paragraph, all the passions that carry with them anxiety or care, anger, envy, jealousy or fear or any other of the maligned feelings are positively unhealthy. So all these passions that like anxiety or care, anger, envy, jealousy, all these things are very injurious to health. Malign means injurious to health. These feelings, these are positively unhealthy. So this kind of feelings, passion, when we accumulate inside ourselves, it is the main factors to lead us to have unhealthy body. A man who lives in any of this lower feeling is living in a state in which he is all the time decreasing the vital condition of his body and rendering himself more and more liable to be attacked by disease. Whereas a man who lived in courage and hope, up above all the lower passion, in a state of cheerful happiness, is from the nature of feeling all the time repelling the assault of disease. So you see, a man who is always living with these lower feelings are always is in a decreasing vital condition. Decreasing vital condition means a condition necessary for living. So we are always decreasing the vital condition which is necessary for living when we have this kind of maligned, that is the passion, injurious, which can be injurious to health, like anger, anxiety, or jealousy. When we always keep inside this, it decreases a vital condition. And we are liable to be attacked by this. So when our body becomes weak, at this point, we are liable to be attacked by disease. Disease na ako'y ngamay adu matamda. Haibadi sleep to wala abanina. Aduga natraga ako'y na anxiety mayam. Sige passion, feelings pataba mayam se tamakanda. Layrakanda egi wakal manungda. Kari tawe haibam tamda. This deteriorate or decrease of vital conditions, and which put us at the risk of being attacked by disease. Whereas a man who lived in courage and hope up above all these lower passions, in a state of cheerfulness, happiness, is from the nature of his feeling all the time repelling the assault of disease. Aduna, a man who is hopeful oiba mi, aduga courageous oiba mi sina kari tawi. They are free from all these lower passions. They do not have these lower passions like anger and then hatred. When they are free from all this, they are always in a state of cheerful and happiness, and this happiness helps them repel, means reject the attack of disease. So when a man becomes healthy, they are always capable of rejecting disease also. A man who is buoyant and happy has a strong chance for health. So here we are given the advice that a man who is buoyant means light-hearted and happy, has a strong chance of health. So when we are always happy and full of cheerfulness, we have a chance of healthiness. Aduna akoy na nungairaga harau kwaidagi harau ringai akoy se disease na akoy de attack tawba ngamte, we become courageous, and this help us repel haibadi anaba mayamdagi ngak thokpasu piba ngame. Aduna akoyna si mayam se we need to have the required sleep hours, which differs according to the persons. Now in the last paragraph, in the last place, I must not fail to urge upon everyone the importance of personal religion in his toil and strife of life. So in the last paragraph, he said that the most important thing here again is personal religion. In his toil means in our labor and adventures in life. Akoy na punsi ki khongchat sida athum chatpa matam sida kari amuk darkar leye hairakanda personal religions. Religions yam important oira. Aduna, we have to be a man of religion also. I urge it upon every man a duty which he owes to God. Aduna, akoy na ishwar da duty perform tawgadaba se, he asks all the men to do as a kind of duty. Aduna, akoy na ishwar da duty tawgadaba mayam se akoy na perform tawgadaba ne, haidana sida akoy da haibire. I urge it upon every man as a joy and comfort which he owes to himself. The sweetest life that a man can live is that which is geared to love toward God and love toward man. So what he said is, I urge upon every man. He requests, he want every man, as to have a joy and comfort life, which I owe to himself. If I need a comfort life, I should take it as a kind of an owe, and then I should try to live a joyful and a comfort life. The sweetest life that a man can live is that which is geared to love towards God and love towards men. So the sweetest life which a man can live is a life which is geared, means linked to love towards God. Ishwar daiga ling leinaraga adugumba punsi orakanda, that is the sweetest life. Adugumba punsi do khwaidagi nungaiba punsi, khwaidagi peaceful oiba punsi oire, and a love towards men. Aduga miyoiba ama, as a human, we have to love. We have to have a love towards another man. Aduna miyoiba ama dasu akoina nungsibado adugi marido thamagadi, we lead the sweetest life. That is what we call the sweetest life. I urge it upon the young, especially as a safeguard and help in all parts of their life. I urge it lastly upon every man as a preparation, that great and solemn event that bounds every man's life and which cannot be far off from any man. So in the last, he said that he urged upon the young as well as to everyone that we have to prepare ourselves for the great and solemn event. We have to prepare ourselves. What is a solemn event? Solemn event means death, which is inevitable for every man. Miyoiba ama oina pokpa taradi akhoi sigada se akhoi kainoda leirabane. Aduna sigi matam yaurakada se, if my life is linked to God and if my life is linked towards the love of man, then it is a kind of preparation. Aduna sigumba se a kind of preparation for the event that is the last journey which a man has to face and has surely to face. For every man is not far away from what we call here solemn event, that is death. Now, with all those things, let's look at some possible questions that you can practice at home. What are some practical suggestions and instructions Henry Ward Beecher offers to the young men for best method of fulfilling their duties towards various relations in life? Number 2, why does Henry Ward Beecher say that the riches of many men take to themselves wings and fly away? Number 3, too little sleep is almost as inevitably fatal as anything can be to your health and happiness. Discuss. Number 4, a stable prosperity must stand upon integrity. What does Henry Ward Beecher mean by this statement? So with these 4 questions to practice at home, I shall wind up my lessons. And this is the end of the lesson, Relative Duties of Young Men.